get you across some other news tonight. Free State Premier Sisi Ntombela, as well as the Cooperative Governance Minister Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, have welcomed a decision by government to place the troubled Mangaung Metro municipality under administration. Cabinet this week approved the intervention by national government following a failure by the Free State Provincial Executive to implement a financial recovery plan in the metro. Newzroom Afrika senior reporter Tumaole Mohlaoli is in the Free State capital, Mangaung. That's in Bloemfontein tonight, and joins us now live. And Tumaole, the decline of the city of Bloemfontein and the broader Mangaung metro has been one that has been steady and quite clear over the recent years, hasn't it?
Indeed, Tebekile, and the steady decline, as you've described it, has been something that has dominated the news as far as the Free State province goes. It has led to numerous issues in terms of service delivery, in terms of the municipality's ability to offer services. In the recent past, the municipality was also unable to render services like refuse collection, but it was also unable to collect payments. But COVID-19 has also contributed to that, because a lot of people could not pay for services because they were laid off and couldn't work because of the pandemic. But to get a view of what is happening provincially and the decision to place it under administration, I am now joined by Dr. Nkosazana Zuma and the Premier, Sisi Ntombela. Dr. Zuma, let's start with you. Your overall impression about Cabinet's decision to basically intervene in the province?
Well, as you know, the Cabinet decision was at the instance of both the Minister of Finance and the Minister of COGTA. We proposed to Cabinet that the National should take it over. But we are going to have an extensive discussion with the media next week, a joint discussion with the Minister of Finance. So today, I'm here to prepare for the Imbizo. President is here. Tomorrow, he'll be meeting the people of Mangaung. And the Imbizo is to ensure that nobody is left behind. Everybody has a chance to, one, talk to the president, but two, express their views, because Cabinet and government do not have the monopoly of views. Want to have views from everyone. But before the president came, there were a lot of pre-Imbizo meetings as a build-up to the Imbizo. A lot of ministers were here in the different parts of the province. Minister of Agriculture, Land, Rural Development, Minister of Environment, Fisheries, Minister Gungubele was here, Minister Social Development was here, Minister Human Settlements was here. So many ministers have been here, but also the champions. As you know, these Mbizos are held under the auspices of the district development model. And as part of implementing the district development model, every district has its champion, who is either a cabinet member, a minister, or a deputy minister. And then the province also has MECs who champion these districts. So those were here as well. And it's because we want the president to have an overview of what's happening in the province.
All right. And having said that, what have you found on the ground? We know that the province is beset with problems, not only here in Mangaung, but other municipalities like Tabung-Futsanyana and other areas when it comes to, infrastructure that is run down, inability to provide services, municipalities are cash-strapped. What have you seen, and what is your feedback that you're going to give the president?
Of course, there are challenges. COVID has also exacerbated the challenges that were there in the country. But that's precisely the reason why different ministers, because now the national, different ministers and the province have to work together to strengthen and support the municipalities, whether it's infrastructures. Dr. Ramahupa was here yesterday in the meeting talking to business people about infrastructure. We were meeting with traditional leaders because they have a role to play. So, yes, there are challenges, but the most important thing is that this province has a lot of potential. We must just turn these challenges into opportunities. This province is the third largest province in the country. It's very central. It borders with 6 other provinces. That alone makes it a very important, but also makes it a province with potential. It's got lots of agricultural land. It's got lots of water. 2 of the biggest rivers, Val and Orange, come through here, Caledon and other rivers. It's also got mining, lots of gold here. 90% of the cherries come from Vicksburg. Yes. So you can see that the potential is huge. Okay. There are lots of heritage sites, Maluti, the Golden Gate Park, the Frededom Dome. So it's got lots of potential. Let's concentrate on those potentials.
Pardon me for interrupting, but having said that, all this potential, how has the province been allowed to reach the state it has with so many municipalities in the state that they are, despite all this potential, despite its wealth in terms of agriculture, like you mentioned? One just has to think about the Estina Frieda dairy farm project that just went to waste, to put it frankly. Why is this happening now in terms of the introspection? Why hasn't it happened before?
Well, it's not only happening now. As you know, we identified the working in silos as a problem in government. And the silos that are horizontal between departments, but also vertical between the spheres. We also identified that the municipalities are, in a way, the weakest link, whereas they are at the coalface. They are the nearest people to the people. So that's why we went the district development model. Of course, it was a bit interrupted with COVID because we had to divert a lot of our energies to COVID. So it's not like we're discovering today. We are now bringing solutions to the problem that we have identified. And those solutions, obviously, some of the things won't work immediately, but like you have said, we are going to be taking over Mangaung. It's part of the solution, but we are also, there are also good things happening. The president will be here tomorrow, as I said. He'll start by going to see a new bridge that has been built. It's not like everything is doom and gloom. He's going to see the extension of the Mateo TVET College, which is fantastic. I went there as part of the dry run. It probably is one of the best TVET colleges I've seen in terms of the work that is being done there. So there are good things. The problem is that you guys want to always emphasize on the bad things. Yes, you must be critical of the bad things, but we must also see the good things, but also turn crisis into opportunities. Right. And we are seeing lots of opportunities here.
But surely, having said that, Madam Minister, the bad things are such a problem when you look at the people that are suffering the most because of maladministration, because of corruption, because of a lack of service delivery. This is, a province that, as you said, has got potential, and yet we find people languishing in the most dire circumstances, without water, without, of course, running sanitation, without electricity. it's not that we are emphasizing or overemphasizing the bad things. We're just stating what is happening. How has this been allowed to happen?
We are here to correct what is wrong. Of course, we must also say that when you, especially municipalities, there is the administrative and there is the political. So we must also look at the political. But here I'm Minister of COGTA, so I'm looking at the administrative part of things. Yeah. And you see, it's very important to, especially at the local level, to separate the political, the councillors, and the administration. I always make an example of a fried egg, that the municipality must be like a fried egg. You can see the yellow and the white. They are together because the council and the administration have to work together. They are together, but you can see where the white starts and ends, or you can see where the yellow starts and ends. Where there are problems is when it becomes a scrambled egg or an omelette, where you can now separate the white and the yellow, and there's interference in the supply chain issues, there is interference in hiring of people, and so on. So it's important to keep those aside. And business must work with the municipality, but must not also be now part of the scramble or the omelette. Okay. So that's what creates problems in many areas. But also some of the municipalities now moving away from Mangaung generally. Some of the municipalities do not collect sufficient revenue to be financially independent. The assumption when the division of revenue was decided, the formula, was that every municipality will be collecting at least 60% of its budget from its constituency. But where there is high unemployment, where people are not, there is no economic activity, it means that people aren't able to pay the municipality, so it's not able to raise the revenue. That's why also in the district development model, we're emphasizing local economic development, because only when there's a local economic development will there be jobs and people being able to pay, and also people staying instead of people then moving, going to the big cities or other provinces trying to chase greener pastures. Oh. So we really are serious about trying to change things, but of course there are objective and subjective reasons why in some instances things are not working as they should.
All right. Madam Premier, let me bring you here. The Free State, with the way it is, some would say it has happened under your watch. What do you have to say about these problems, and what are you expecting in terms of the presidential imbizo? Are you saying, would you say that you are failing the province?
You know what, I think sometimes one should just take very decisions that people did not expect you to take. For instance, for saying, National, can you just come in and assist and take Mangaung? Because our people are now suffering. The main thing that we must think of is our people. People must get service delivery. So I think the decision that we have made, that Nation should take over, that's the best decision, and we have done it on behalf of our people.
What has taken so long, Madam Premier?
It was not long. Remember, it's only 3 months to 4 months after local government elections. It is not too long. And you cannot just give up without trying. We have tried our level best. But it was too much political interference. Let me just close it there. And I hope and I trust and I believe things are going to change in Mangaung.
When you say you hope and trust things are going to change in Mangaung, what can the people on the ground expect in terms of doing things differently? Some people would say, as Premier, you could have intervened sooner. What was the stumbling block there?
No. I've just told you it's only 2 to 3 months after elections. And I've told you it was a political interference, and it doesn't mean we're folding hands, we're not doing anything. We have tried our level best. And the people of Mangaung, some of them, they know what is it that we have done. So let me just close it there. And I know Nkosazana was with some of them. And she's very worried. She said it very clear. Just give me 3 things that we must do as national that are going to make Mangaung people happy and excited.
How are we going to stop the issue of political interference? Just last question. And by who? Who was doing it?
ANC is busy trying to solve that problem. And I know that ANC is going to solve that problem.
Who was interfering?
No, I don't know. Don't ask me that question. I don't know, but I'm telling you that. Then the other thing, Hannah, what was the other question?
My other question was about service delivery and about the political interference, if I can just say. Who is interfering? As Premier, you would know.
Now you want me to... I've told you, let me just close it there. You know, let me just close it there.
But surely, Madam Premier, the people who are watching deserve an answer.
Tumaole, no. Please, don't take me there. Please. I'm happy now. The only thing that makes me happy is that our people will get what they deserve, service delivery. Can we pass that one?
I think we're going to leave it there. So clearly the Premier Sisi Ntombela not willing to budge there in terms of the question about where this interference has come to, where it's coming from. But generally this is the overview of what we can expect in terms of the briefings that will be given to President Cyril Ramaphosa ahead of that presidential imbizo. And this is a situation here in the Free State as it stands in Mangaung. Lots of questions and not too many answers, but interventions at last. And this should be something that residents will be looking forward to in terms of solutions. With that, it's back to you in the studio.